You see the cows? Where are they? How'd you do it?
He's holding his leg. I called.
Who taught him how to crawl?
Grandpa.
Yeah, super cool.
What were you doing with that?
We were working on cows, trying to sort out the one we want. Hi friends, I'm Emily and this is Brooks Family Farm. We are sorting out some cows today. We have one steer that we're taking to the processor just for ourselves tomorrow. Neil has to leave like at 5 or 6 in the morning. So we're trying to get them sorted out tonight because nobody wants to do that in the dark. So we're also taking this time to move the cows to their winter area. It's just a smaller section that we separate with electric fence and we can feed hay. So that's this area over here. We were able to get a lot of them through. It's not too far. You can see the shop right down there. The water hydrant is right there. It makes this very convenient for winter feeding because there is no new grass growing, and this where they've been is really our best grass, and we should have pulled them off it in November, but here we are. So it's way overgrazed and way short, and it hasn't been managed very well here at the end of this year, but we want to go ahead and get them off of it so it has at least a little bit of a chance to recover. So the one that we're after is part of this group that got very confused. I think he's the farthest one away now. One of our best cows, her name is Betty. She's black with a red ear tag, and she came straight off my grandpa's farm. She was one of his. She's a great cow. She has great calves. We've saved at least 2 of her heifers so far. Anyway, we came out today and she has a brand new baby. So she didn't want to come up with everyone, and she in fact went way off here down the hill with her calf. And actually, I can't tell if it's Dolly or Glenda's calf, but an older, several-month-old calf is down there with them, and her mom, whichever one it is, already went across. They both went across. So that calf is confused and hanging out with Betty because she feels like she knows what she's doing, I guess. And then these older calves are also just like, what's going on? Where do we go? And they're trying to follow Betty. So here's these calves we're after. Betty is down under that tree. She's kind of staked out a good spot for her. And that's fine if she stays out here. She doesn't need to come up. We don't need her. But we need these guys to get unconfused. I've learned from my dad and my grandpa, and then Neil and I have learned through experience that it's best not to rush them. If you could afford a little extra time, it's best just to go to the house and come back later. So that way they don't get stressed and anxious, and sometimes if you get them spooked, they'll just never come in. So we're not going back to the house, we're hanging out, but Neil has some hay to feed to get that new area stocked, and he was hooking up the rest of the wire. We're just hanging out, and if they figure out where the food is, they'll come.
Upper gets the much just in this basket and much is in this basket. Wins the whole thing.
So if you subscribe to our channel and you watch our videos, number one, thank you. That's so awesome. But you may have noticed we haven't posted in a while, and we never post super regularly, but I tried to get out a video every week or so, and we have not posted a video in a while. That is because my dad passed away the week before Christmas, and our world has just been not right since then. So we have been doing what we need to keep the farm going. I guess if I was going to be thankful about anything, I'd be thankful that it's a season where we have a little bit less to do. We had a really cold front that we had to manage waters through, but we've had a little bit of time to just kind of hole up and figure out what we're supposed to do with ourselves. after something like that happens, it was very sudden. He was very active. I think you actually saw him on a video one day when we were looking at cows. He was up here. It was just a very sudden thing that has taken us all very off guard. I have created, if you're interested at all, it was something that was so special to me, and I made this so that I could find them. I made a playlist on our channel. It should be public, so if you go to our playlist, you should be able to see it. It's just called Dad. My dad worked at a church near his home, and they did a series during COVID where they would take turns. A few people in the church would take turns doing a daily little scripture reading thing. They were like 3 to 5 minutes, and my dad did one day a week, and the church put those on YouTube. And I kind of knew about them, but not really until after that happened, and I was talking with my brother. And so I went and I found all of the ones of my dad, and I put them in a playlist. There's 107. Like I said, they're 3 to 5 minutes long. They're just my dad in various places, because a lot of times he couldn't get them to upload and had to try different locations. They're just quick little, you'll notice they kind of go through books of the Bible. If you go to the Boundless Grace channel, you can see the other people's too. But they've been really, really special to me to have that many little video clips of my dad. And there's a couple on the playlist too. I know there's one service where he preached, a church service. I haven't watched those, so if you watch those, you'll be ahead of me. One of these days I will, but you know, some things just take time to approach. So we're still here, we're still farming. We'll still probably make videos. It was something I really liked doing, and I always knew that my mom and dad watched them on their TV at home. They lived a few hours away from us in Arkansas. So I'll probably continue to do that. It's just been kind of hard to get back into it. My dad was a farmer. He grew up on my grandparents' farm. That's all. My grandpa was a World War II veteran and a farmer. And he had a few other little jobs when he was younger, but always farming. My dad did that for the longest time. He didn't have a farm when I was growing up. He had really bad asthma as a kid, and it just commodity grain farming was not something that was healthy for him. And my mom's a nurse. When they met and got married, he had to kind of switch that, which was for the best. But we had horses growing up. He's had a couple cows for the last several years at his place, and he always had a big garden. A lot of the growing that I do, all of the growing I do, I shouldn't say a lot of the growing that I do is because of my dad. I appreciate you bearing with me through that, and I appreciate you allowing me to talk about my dad, because I will be talking about him a lot, not just here. So thank you for bearing with me through that. He passed away on December 19th, and he had one of my Christmas presents wrapped already. He had a couple, but he gave me a broad fork because he knew that I was trying to do no-till growing. His influence has just been huge in our lives. He and my mom both have been so incredibly supportive of us starting to focus on our farm and to grow our farm and to turn it into a business. He's so supportive. He has taught me so much throughout my life, and especially recently, he has taught Neil so much and helped us answer so many questions as we learn these all new things. When you're influenced by someone so great like that in your life, it just permeates everything. So it will definitely crop up, and you'll hear more about him as we go. Thank you. Betty's coming back up. She's not brought her calf, but we don't need her to, as long as those other calves might feel more comfortable coming in if she's up. What he means to say is that the steer came in, so Neil's going to go get the trailer. Once we get him loaded, we can get everybody else where they're supposed to be. Betty came up to eat. She did not bring her calf with her, but she came up to eat, and so then the other calves felt a little more comfortable. bucking a little bit earlier. I don't know how old he is, but he's old enough to
Can't be
move.
more than a day.
Well, no, but all right, Hugh. That means you're gonna have to go up front. Hugh is so excited.
Well, we got this big old calf in the back here. Because his mama just hid him away and we're trying to move everybody.
We have two calves that can't figure out where to go to get back with their moms. The white one doesn't really need to go back with his mom. Oh gosh, that's the fast one. As I was saying before I got nervous about the mini truck, the white one is a year old. He doesn't need to go back with his mom. He could stay here on this side. But the red one needs to go. There you go. Go on. So we got all the cows where they need to go. I've never had anything load in the trailer quite that easily. He was like pushing past Neil to get in there. So that was kind of fun. We decided to go get the calf instead of let Betty out to go find the calf and try and get her back in later. We just decided to bring the calf up to her, got them through, got those last couple calves through, and then did all of our regular chores. We still have 7 pigs that are just about fed out. They mostly go in a couple weeks. We've got 6 little, probably 3-month-old pigs at this point. We've got our 100 and something egg layer chicks. I don't know that I've talked about our egg layer chicks on a video. I had filmed some stuff about them before everything happened, so I won't go back and edit that. I'll just tell you now, we have over 100 egg laying chicks. They were born November 8th and 2 weeks after that for half of them. We're working on a mobile chicken coop on an old hay wagon. Neil has that framed. I'll try and get some shots of it as it finishes up and we get them out there. So stick around for that. We'll have egg laying chickens on pasture. Our first meat chickens for 2023. We just wrapped up 2022 meat chickens, but our first ones will be here. The chicks will be here, I think, in February. So about a month. So stick around. It won't be too long before we really get going. Bye.
Bye.